Hey guys, welcome back to Smith RC Studios. My name is Lewis Smith. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Sunday. So as you can see in the title, we will be talking about this Spektrum transmitter. It's a DX5C model, which I run on basically all my fifth scales and boats. I don't run Fatabas, maybe I should in the future. But all my vehicles, I only run two servos, one for the steering and one for the throttle and brake. However, there's the setup where I'm running three servos for braking. Therefore, I had to combine my auxiliaries with my main channels, and I didn't know how to do it. So I basically looked online. There's really nothing on YouTube for Spektrums. I think Futapas are a little bit easier, but Spektrums I couldn't find anything, so I had to learn the hard way. And if you guys are interested, I'll show you guys how I did it, my setup, using basically Y splits and using the mixing function on the settings here. So let's get right into it. I'll show you guys how to do it. Okay, so for this demonstration, we're gonna go ahead and use my on-road fifth scale car here. And I'm gonna show you guys that I'm running here 4 servos. You can see 1, 2, 3, and 4 servos here. Okay, normally I only run 2 servos. One servo will take care of the throttle for the gas and also brakes. Okay, and then the second servo would normally take care of the steering. Okay, so in my particular situation, I'm running 1 servo here for these brakes, another second servo here for the front brakes right here. Then you got your third servo, which will be, I guess, pulling here the gas, this throttle. Okay, so 2 brakes, 1 throttle, and 1 steering. So I just basically needed to figure out how to get these 2 brake servos, 1 and 2, to work with this third one. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the receiver. Okay, so this is just a random servo that random receiver that I'm not using, but I just wanted to show you guys. So you can see here, the first channel is the steering, then you have second channel is throttle, then you have auxiliary 1, 2, 3, and then I guess 4 on this particular one. So you want to put your steering servo obviously where it says steering, and you want to put your throttle where it says throttle. So those 2 are the main channels. So what I was trying to do is figure out how to combine auxiliary 1 and 2, which is as I mentioned earlier, the 2 brake servos. Okay, those 2, auxiliary 1 and 2, need to be connected to the throttle. Okay, so here you have your main screen for, this is my on-road. So you hit your button down here, and you see your menu. Okay, and you go all the way down to where it says mixing. You can see right there it says mixing, and you hit it. Now it brings up this screen here. Okay, and again, so we're trying to we're trying to mix auxiliary 1 or 2, one of the 2 brake servos, to the throttle. Okay, which is also the brake, the throttle and brake. So you go down and you create a mix by clicking all the way down the lowest you can go where it says mix 1. Click it, and so how Spektrum does this is they call channel 1 and 2, which is throttle and steering, they call that master channels. So you can see here at the top it says master throttle. Okay, and you can do master steering. In this case I'm doing master throttle because that's the one that I need to combine with my 2 brake servos. And then you can assign a slave to the master. Okay, so the slave can be auxiliary 1. So you go down so you can do throttle. Okay, throttle, and again, you can choose whichever one you want. You can choose steering channel, or you can choose throttle channel. In this case, I'm doing throttle. I already picked it. Once you do that, then you assign it a slave. In this case, I'm doing auxiliary 1, which is one of these here. If I remember correctly, this one's auxiliary 1, this one's auxiliary 2, or it could be the other way around. I don't remember. Okay, so as long as one of these is auxiliary 1 or 2. You assign it to, as you can see here, into your master. Okay. Unfortunately, Spektrum does not allow you to assign more than one slave to one master. Therefore, I cannot assign both this one and this one to this master right here. I can't do that. And that's unfortunate because I actually need both of these to work, right? Not just one, not just the front brake or the back brake. So, a good friend of mine suggested that I use a Y split. So I had to go back in and unplug my throttle out and then use one of these Y splits. So this is a Y split. So plug this into your throttle, okay? Then you have now two inputs for that same channel. So essentially what you're doing is you are combining two servos to one channel, which is that master channel. So right here you'll put your throttle servo, which is this one right here, throttle servo, and then one of these steering servo, I'm sorry, one of these brake servos you also plug into the other one. So you have two inputs for one channel. So that takes care of one of the servos, and then the other servo will be taken care of with this function that I just mentioned earlier, making it a slave. Now once you do that, you're all set as far as combining the two brake servos to this channel here. So these two are now assigned to this. One of them using the mixing functionality on the settings, and the other one using a Y split. Make sure your trim is okay. And also, let's turn on the car so you guys can see. When you hit brake, which is, you know, up this way like this, it moves all these three servos. Okay? Now, the problem is when you hit gas, that's this one here, you don't want this one to move. So you just have to adjust it with the percentage. So this is, I'm assuming this is the one that is connected to this via the mixing functionality. This is the one that's Y split. So this one you don't want it to move the other way. You only want it to move for brake like this, but you don't want it to move the other way when you hit gas. See, it's not moving. You can see it's not moving. And this one, it does move when you brake, but it doesn't move the other way. Because you put the rate. You come down here where it says rate. So it says 70% when I hit brake, and it says 0%. You can change it however you want. But I want 0% when I hit gas. So that's why it does not move when I'm hitting gas. You see there? So it's not moving. So that's pretty much how I did it. All right, that's pretty much it. I hope I explained it well enough for you guys to comprehend how to do this. It's not that hard. It's actually pretty easy, but I just had a hard time doing it when I didn't know anything. So I hope this helped you guys out if you guys are running the same setup. And if you guys are new to this channel or just stumbling in here and are interested in seeing this car run, which is a beast, I'll link those videos below. And if you guys have any questions regarding the mixing functionality on that transmitter, I will do my best to answer those questions in the comments. Other than that, that's it, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Cheers.